Hi everyone, it's Romain and you're watching Join. If you're looking for an internship or an apprenticeship, you are at the right place because in this video, we'll give you all the tips to succeed in your hiring and onboarding process at Parfums Christian Dior. We have made a lot of videos with Christian Dior Couture, and we have the pleasure to have there Sadi to talk about it. Sadi, your global employer brand and early career professional manager, I'm right?
Yes, that's right. Good work, Romain.
Yeah. Could you pitch me your job, please?
Yes. So my role is to attract, retain, and develop the next generation of talent in luxury fashion beauty. And the role of our maison, and my role specifically, is to ensure that we have an employer brand that's as attractive and desirable as the Dior brand is to our clients.
Perfect. And we have also Pauline. Hi, Pauline.
Hi.
Your global retail distribution manager. Same exercise at Sadi. Could you
Sure.
pitch me your job?
In a nutshell, I oversee the distribution knowledge of our worldwide network and its evolution. So perfectly knowing our every door, what they are, what they offer, to build our retail elevation strategy and infuse that knowledge within the organization, with the ultimate goal being ensuring that we deliver the best of clients' experience and business productivity in our every door.
Cool. So you're gonna give us your HR vision and manager vision of the hiring process first. But let's begin with another pitch. Sadi, could you please pitch me Parfums Christian Dior in less than 1 minute? Challenge accepted? Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, let's go.
So when Christian Dior founded his maison in 1946, which he called the House of Dreams, he said, I think of myself as a perfumer just as much as I do as a couturier. And I think this dual vision of couture and parfum and couture and beauty is really unique to our DNA, and it's something that drives us today. Sure. And we have a promise to our employees, which is that they can, no matter what their role is and no matter where they are in their career, that they can come to Parfums Christian Dior and design their dreams. They can design their dreams with Dior. And so it's the last pitch that I really want to make, and the message I want to say is that really begins from your first experience with the maison. And often that's a first experience as an intern or as an apprenticeship. And we'll talk a little bit about it, but we have a best-in-class program called the InDior Experience to really help interns and apprentices design their dream career from their very first steps.
Okay, nice pitch.
Amazing.
Less than 1 minute is perfect. Sadi, I stay with you. Could you please tell me what kind of opportunities are available at an intern and apprentice at Parfums Christian Dior?
Yeah, of course. So I first want to say that we're really a global company. We're present in more than 50 countries, and we have over 15,000 employees. So there are opportunities all over the world at every level of the company. But to focus a little bit on France and on our intern and apprenticeship population, we have over 250 internships of 6 months and apprenticeships of 1 to 2 years every single year. And they are from departments as diverse as product marketing, so organized by Axe, so skincare and spa, perfume, of course, and makeup. We also have roles in brand animation, brand content, operational marketing, of course, digital and omni-channel. We have a wonderful HR department, of course, internships in legal, finance, so really a wide array of roles.
A lot of opportunities for the students in early career. Where can young talent apply for those opportunities?
I think the ultimate destination for them to find about the opportunities really our website, Your Careers, where you'll find every single offer from internship to apprenticeship. And of course, on any job boards like Job Teaser, the same offer would be relayed. So I really invite them to go there.
Okay, perfect. Let's talk about the process. I think it's simple and quick. Could you tell us the steps?
Of course, yeah, it's a really fluid process. So you submit your application and, of course, your motivation letter on Your Careers or on Job Teaser. Your application is then screened by a member of our recruiting team. And then the next step is an initial screening call with the recruiter where we really understand your expectations about the role and your motivation. And then the last step is an in-person meeting with the manager, which we really think of as a two-way conversation, really about fit and expectations. And then we also really commit to getting back to you as soon as possible with a response.
You talked about expectations. What's your expectations as the HR about the applicants?
So I think we really ask applicants to be genuine and come as themselves, but also we're really looking for people who are informed and passionate. So I always ask when students come to me and say, how can I prepare for this interview? I really ask them to think about why Parfums Christian Dior, why LVMH as a group, and why specifically this role, and to come with concrete examples of how what they want to do and their career aspirations kind of align with this role, and to approach this conversation as with the manager, with a member of the recruiting team, to really think what are they expecting, both from the maison and from the manager, and what will be expected of them to really find this kind of fit.
Okay, perfect. The second step is the manager process. So on the manager step, the interview with the manager. So Pauline, as a manager, could you tell me what you're looking for about the applicants during your interviews?
I think back to Sadie's point, like we're really looking for people that are committed and passionate. When you join Parfums Christian Dior, you join a group of passionate individuals. So we love to have people that love to go above and beyond. So I think that's super important. Second thing I really like to look for is individuality, personality, or thinking out of the box. You know, I love when people bring me unique insights about something, because I think the next generation, they have so much to bring. They are the next client, you know, so we're really interested in how they think about things. Another thing that is super important is being adaptable. We are in an ever-evolving landscape in retail, but also in consumer preferences. And when you look at our markets today, you know, the situation in Brazil is not the same as in France. It's not the same as in China. So we have to adapt to that reality. So being able to pivot all of these realities, super important. And last thing for me is retail acumen, because I'm in retail, but of course you can extend that to any type of activity. So if you look for, I don't know, a product marketing role, maybe you have to show that you have that type of brand acumen or product acumen. So I think that's great.
Cool. I have a question. What kind of question do you like to ask during the interview to know more about the applicants?
Good question. I think it depends from every manager, but one thing I really like to ask is, for you, after 6 months of internship or a year of apprenticeship, what does success look like in terms of learning, in terms of accomplishment within the maison? I think it's super important because when you join a maison or you join my team, it has to be a win-win. Of course, I'm looking for things for you joining my team, but you're probably looking for things when you're joining my team as well. So I want to understand beyond their motivation, what do they expect to get from me? And I hope, you know, after their 6 months or their 1 year of apprenticeship, that I successed as well in bringing what they were looking for. So that's a question I really like. A second question I used to ask is also bringing a mini case to the interview. It's not something we've sent previous to there's no wrong question answer.
About retail?
Usually I try to bring a real question we had in the past, usually from the COMEX or something strategic that we've been asked. So for me, it would be, let's say, do we enter that new distribution channel that is emerging in that country, whatever. And I try to understand how would they bring their unique perspective and analysis to it. But I think, you know, other manager might do something more related to their activity, but that's something I like. And last but not least, I really like to ask them, who are you beyond your CV? You know, beyond your professional experience and the hobbies that you have put on your CV, who are you? Because we're working with people, you know, they will be joining your team for 6 months. It's a long time. And I really like to know them a bit more. And of course, then I would ping pong on their professional experience. How do they cope with the role they're applying to? But yeah, that's what I ask.
Cool, nice. Okay. To sum up this part on the hiring process, could you tell me what is your best advice for the applicants to crack the career process and the hiring process? Maybe we can start with Sadie.
Sure. Yeah. I think two things. And the first thing I think is to be genuine and transparent.
Yeah, I said it's to be genuine.
To be genuine. And I think some people sort of have a stereotype that there's only one way to be if you're at Parfums Christian Dior, if you're in the luxury, if you're working in beauty. But I think as we were discussing earlier, beauty is fun. Like it's a joyful place. And I think in today's talent landscape, there's no real long-term success without bringing your full personality to work. And there are and there are certain values that we have, as we were talking about being passionate, that you need to succeed, and this commitment to excellence. But there are also many ways to embody those values. So be yourself and be honest about your expectations.
Play a role.
Exactly. Don't play a role or
follow the cliché we can hear.
Of course, because we're really looking for these sort of diverse and profiles to build and add to a really strong team. And the second thing I think would be to be specific and concrete and to do your research, right? To really, again, I think it's a community of passionate and genuine people, but who know and love the products and this heritage inside out. So to really, come with really specific examples about what you think about the products, what you love, what you want to, what we would want to change and to build. But
Pauline?
No, I really agree with what Sadie just said. In retail, we say that people buy from people. But I think in the corporate environment, we can say that people work with people. Sure. So be yourself. You're not an AI. Don't script your interview. It's not going to work. And the second thing, and I think it echoes what Sadie just said, is be curious. Prepare your interview in that curiosity mindset, visit the point of sales, go to social medias, go to the website.
Live the Dior experience.
Live the Dior experience.
On sites.
Exactly.
And on the website. So
on the website. And I think
on all the channels.
All the channels that you can experience. I think this is something couture team also shared during their interview. But it will give you a very unique perspective during your interview that you can bring, real life experience. I lived this, I like that, I didn't like that. And it's also to make us understand what will you bring to the table.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the onboarding process. Let's talk about InDior Experience. That's the name of the onboarding process at PCD. I say Parfums Christian Dior. Could you please pitch us this onboarding process, the steps of the onboarding?
Yeah, of course. And I think what I want to stress overall is that we don't just see internships are really the beginning of what we hope is a long career at the Maison and in the group. And so we really want to provide this really rich sort of integration that goes beyond your role. And so we call it the InDior Experience. And it's really a whole both development and, a journey full both of career development and events. So it begins with a journée d'intégration, so a welcome day, and then sort of throughout the 6 months of your internship or the year of your alternance, there are lunch and learns with our sustainability and CSR team, so the opportunity to really do workshops and be involved with those teams. There are HR exchanges with our HR community, so you get to really understand the company from a different perspective. There are meet and greets with leaders. There are also lunches and sort of a buddy system, so a way to really build a community with other stagiaires and alternants. So we really the idea is to really give you both a full kind of development journey to really plan the next steps in your career, but also a rich introduction to the heritage of the Maison.
Cool. And after the onboarding, how the now apprentices and internships and interns are accompanied during their experience at Dior?
Well,
Parfums Christian Dior.
Christian Dior, right. I guess as a manager, when I onboard a intern or an apprentice, for me, they are as good as junior positions. So I involve them as such. Myself, I'm in a very small team. We're 2 to 3 sometimes. Okay. So my intern is really my dream team partner, and we have to become a great duo. So I have to be available for them to grow, to guide them, to learn every step of the way. It could be product, it could be heritage, it could be distribution itself, it could be Excel, it could be, whatever they need. And I try to ask for them as much feedback as we can as well on how we do things. And I tend to share a lot. For instance, in my team, we work a lot with the COMEX. So when we do a strategic meeting with them, I will always debrief my intern and say, the president would think of this issue like this or that. And I think sharing is the key for them to grow as well.
Cool. Same thing, same question.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the only thing that I would add to that is that really when you arrive as an intern or apprentice, you really have a network of support, right? So you have a member of our team who is an HR business partner who'll be dedicated to you. So they're your main point of contact for onboarding, for anything logistical. And of course, you can always reach out to them for something confidential at any point. And we really try to stay very close to our interns and apprentices to really follow them along their journey. And then, of course, you have your manager, who is your sort of main point of contact in terms of your role and also your development. And then our team really works hand in hand with managers to identify the career aspirations, of our top talent and of our interns and what they might want to do next, and to really give them ongoing feedback throughout their internship.
Cool. So, Sadie, you said that internships and apprenticeships could be the beginning of a great journey at Parfums Christian Dior. And I think, Pauline, your career journey is a perfect example. Could you tell us more about your own experience in the group?
Sure. I'm a previous intern, just so you know.
Yeah.
So my path really was a journey of encounters and opportunities. I started in China with an internship at the LVMH Perfume and Cosmetic branch, so working for all the beauty maisons in e-commerce and omnichannel. And then from that experience, I had the opportunity to move to Singapore for a master degree. And then I entered a mission with the travel retail team from Parfums Christian Dior. Okay. And my connection that I've built in both China and Singapore with HR and business partners give me the opportunity to go back to France in the HQ, landing my first job. I was super excited in digital innovation as a project manager. And then even within the HQ of Parfums Christian Dior, I moved into different roles from digital innovation to omnichannel services. Okay. And I came from digital, but now I work in retail. So you see how much, your journey can move. And I think, the motto of the House of Dreams really echoed with my journey. But not only when I look, my colleagues, sometimes they come from retail and they end up in HR or they were in controlling and now they are general managers. So I think it's great to see how your first experience within the group, me as an intern, I never thought that, I would be here today. So yeah, I think it's super important, but don't think too much on the type of role that you take, thinking that for the rest of your life, you have to do that, right? And build your connections. And it's incredible, people that I've met in Singapore now also work in Paris, and people that I've met in China now are in Brazil. So people move around, and I think it's just amazing.
If I sum up, so evolution, international, and opportunities. So take the opportunities. To finish this video, I want you to give us your best tips to succeed at Parfums Christian Dior. Take the opportunities could be
seize the opportunities for sure. I think observe a lot. I think take the time in your first weeks. Maybe your internship is not as dense as the rest of your mission. So observe, ask as many questions as you can. There's no dumb question to ask, for sure. Learn from your counterparts. And also enjoy the opportunity of being part of a community. Develop your sense of belonging. Connect with your fellow interns or even managers or directors. They're here to share their passion, and they're your tomorrow network. There might be the next manager to onboard you in whatever country you dream to go for.
Perfect. Sadie, to conclude?
Yeah, I would really echo what Pauline says, but I think when you're first starting your internship, to come in kind of with a beginner's mind and to be really open-minded and humble to new experiences, because it can be, I think, not an overwhelming, but a very sort of rich ecosystem when you first join. But I think 100% to really not only learn your role, but learn beyond your role. And I think to really be curious, and I think this applies to everyone at every step of their journey. But we can be so focused on your career and the things you have to do in your role that you really need to take some time to kind of look up and build those relationships and think about the maison and the opportunities in a larger sense.
Open-minded.
Yeah.
Sum up.
Yeah, and I have one last thing. Is
sure.
that okay? I think my personal experience has been that it's a place that's very human and really relationship focused, and to really not shy away from that, and to let really your whole self and your humanity shine through, and to really build those relationships, because that's also really an important part, I think, of the career experience.
Perfect. Okay, that's the end of this video. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Pauline and Sandy, for your best tips. And thank you for watching this video. I wish you all the best in your process at Parfums Christian Dior. You can find all the opportunities on Job Teaser. See you soon. Bye-bye.